I will talk to Iran directly. That does not mean that we will be conceding any positions with Iran. It means that we will listen and see where we can find common ground. I think Iran is a grave threat to security. If they develop nuclear weapons, they could trigger another arms race in the Middle East. It is indisputable that they have assisted Hezbollah and Hamas in terrorist activity. And their language when it comes to Israel is unacceptable. But what is also true is that we have repeatedly rebuffed gestures that might allow for some resolution of these conflicts in a non-military way. And so for us to say to them, you stand down on the nuclear issue and you may be able to join the World Trade Organization. You stop supporting terrorist activity, we are in a position to start normalizing relations. Having those conversations face to face are important. It may be Ahmadinejad rejects them, but it will send a message to the Iranian people that they are not our enemy, and it sends a message around the world that we are doing business differently. President Sarkozy, I know you just met with Eric. He was quoted in the New Yorker a while back, and he said, as he was asked, what's the most important thing America could do to help you? And he said, be more liked. Be more liked. And he wasn't joking, because when our standing is low, it gives us less leverage. We can't negotiate and maneuver. Many people are concerned probably here about the genocide in Darfur. We would be in such a stronger position to ensure there was a protective force on the ground and to save people's lives if we had more credibility and more trust, so that the Khartoum government couldn't say that, oh, we're just trying to invade another Muslim country. So that's on Iran. Pakistan is in a difficult situation right now. And in some ways, we've got the worst of both worlds. We've got a military ruler who has locked up political opposition and instituted an emergency rule. So he's violating human rights in Pakistan, and he also has not dealt with terrorist activity inside his borders. We need to reverse course. I've already said that we should suspend military aid that's not related directly to hunting down terrorists. We should suspend that until military emergency rule is lifted and prisoners are released and they can proceed with what the Constitution of Pakistan has called for. This is a mistake we repeatedly make. We think somehow, and we made this all throughout the Cold War, we think that by latching on to non-democratic authoritarian rule, we somehow contain, in this case, Islamist extremism. It doesn't contain Islamist extremism. It makes people believe that somehow the United States is opposed to their liberty, opposed to their democracy. And that's not the side of history that we want to be on. Now, we have to make sure that the nuclear weapons in Pakistan are secure. And that has to be our #1 priority and will be my #1 priority as president. But understand, Pakistan, the democratic elements in Pakistan, a big chunk of this movement is secular, it is middle class, and what they're seeking is for the kind of political liberty that we hope for. Last point, Guantanamo, that's easy. Close down Guantanamo, restore habeas corpus, say no to renditions, no to wireless wiretaps. Part of my job as the next president is to break the fever of fear that has been exploited by this administration. That, we're told that we should be afraid of terrorists and immigrants and each other, and it becomes the means by which our civil liberties are subverted, our values are distorted. We start hearing our Attorney General nominee not being certain as to whether simulated drownings are torture. That's not who we are as Americans. And sometimes I'm accused of being, this progressive, far out. I'm conservative in the sense that I want us to get back to those values that were essential to building America.